Hey guys, it's Ashley, and in today's video, we'll be working on my watercolor landscape winter scenes that I'm working on. Now, these photos that I'm using as reference are actually photos that my best friend sent me from West Virginia. I'm really inspired by places that aren't in Texas, and so I love that my best friend lets me use these photos. We have this little album on our phone, and she shares photos that she takes, and I kind of just turn them into paintings. I have quite a few like that. But, anyways, here I'm using three of them for the series. So, this paper I'm using is the Fluid, Fluid, Fluid 100. It's in the size here. I have it right here. It is the Fluid 100% cotton watercolor paper. I'm actually working in the 300 pound, and it's 6 by 8 inches. This paper, I've talked about this before, I think. Did I already talk about this? Hmm. Yes, in my last video I did. Um, but this is a really nice paper. I do really like it. So I do recommend it. But if you're just a beginner, maybe try just the 140 pound would be better. But anyways, and then the paints that I'm using are a range of paints. Some are from M. Graham, some are Daniel Smith. But I made my own little palette. And I also added orange in this palette while working on these three pieces because I saw a tutorial on YouTube by Paul Clark, and I took a lot of inspiration from his winter videos, or the winter snowy videos, because I've never really done snow before and it's quite tricky. And he uses just three colors. And I do try doing that, but I think on the very last one, I go a little crazy. But, anyways, that's what I'm using for paper and paint. Um, but yeah, I'm just working on these pieces. So there's a few clips in this video where I don't have because I either didn't film it. Yeah, that's the issue. That's the things I didn't film it. Um, but yeah, and I do have prints of these available on my website. So if you would like to buy a print, it's on there. Um, and if you're interested in purchasing the original piece, just let me know, and I'll figure out a price. I haven't put it on my website yet for the actual pieces. Um, but I will if people want them. So, anyways, yeah, I'm just working on these pieces, and I'm working in light layers because I'm trying to make this as realistic as I can. And sometimes that's all you can do. So these two paintings that I'm working on are actually from West Virginia. Did I mention this? I don't know if I have or not. I've recorded so many different subjects to put on this video, y'all. It's crazy. Like, I don't know what to talk about. Like, there's so many things I could talk about. Um, but I already talked about the supplies. I might have dabbled a bit. But anyways, these paintings I'm working on are photos from West Virginia. And I know sometimes it's hard to find good references or ooh, excuse me, I burped. Good references that you like or in areas that you like. And I know that deeply because I live in Texas right now. And it is so difficult to just go out and get references, with my camera because, well, it's not very pretty here. And so my heart has always been in the mountains up north, and my best friend, she lives up north, or somewhat up north, in West Virginia. And so she sent me these photos. The other day I was saying how I wanted to do some paintings, and so she sent me these photos, and I really challenged myself within these pieces because I don't really do snow. I've done a little bit, but I haven't done a lot like this before, and I feel like it was a good challenge. Like all artists, like we all need to be challenged. And these paintings that I created for this series were definitely challenges. I didn't film one of them. So, because I have three that come out. So, just in case you're curious, I didn't film one of them because honestly, I don't know. I think I just didn't film it just because. But these were a lot of fun to work on, and I'm thinking I want to go deeper with some of the realistic elements of it. As you can see, the trees on the left side are very well detailed, and I think I want to work on that more. I think I really want to work on getting more detailed across and probably get smaller brushes um, to work on those details. And I want to work on clouds more and skies more. See, now I'm just giving you a to-do list of what I want to do. But yeah, just doing these paintings are so much fun. And I miss just sitting down and creating something and being done in a couple of days because I feel like this past year I've been reflecting a lot. And I feel like this past year I really haven't been finishing stuff. I've been starting stuff and then moving on to the next thing. And so this coming year, I do want to work on more stuff and finishing more stuff and creating more series for different things, which brings me to a collection I'm working on right now. Finally took out my oil paints, and I'm working on a flower series, which I'm super excited about because I love flowers. And so I got one of those coming up. But I just really love these beautiful landscapes. I love learning through the work that I'm producing and, getting better each time. Now that I think about it, these paintings are setting me up to my future some kind of way because I do want to produce art for books. And and I need to have pieces that will work for, book covers, and I feel like these will work perfectly for that. And so I think moving forward, I want to work Sorry, that's my chair. I want to work forward more on creating more stuff for potential book covers and things like that because, trying to find some kind of financial weight underneath you is really important when you want to start out as an artist. Um, so I'm like trying to figure out what I want to do with, you know, part of the time when I'm not working on art. And I need to find some kind of way to keep me cushioned, financially. Because when you're just starting out, it's very hard. And that's what I've realized this past year. I knew it was going to be hard, but I didn't know it was going to be this hard. So I'm just trying to figure out what will be kind of like my future, I guess you could say. I want it to be some kind of related to art, and I only have some experience in some things. Man, I went on a tangent, y'all. Um, but anyways, I feel like that is the goal of mine is to produce work for potential book ideas for covers. And so you'll be seeing more of that. I think I did mention that in my previous video, um, or one of my previous videos. And so I'm thinking of that. And oh, it got dark for a second. Oh, I think the light is shifting. Yeah, it is. Um, so I'm thinking about that while working on some of these. And yeah. Y'all, this is so funny. Man, I've been doing this for a year, and I still, it's a little difficult trying to do voiceovers and things, trying to figure out what you want to say. Um, but I see this a lot, but I feel like it's very important to try different things. And so trying to do some kind of book cover idea things or having that practice is important. Any kind of art practicing is important in my opinion. So I am trying to mix only three colors, which is the yellow, ultramarine blue, and orange. And I think I do achieve that some ways. If you look very closely when I'm trying to mix these grays, you do see I did pop my brush in the pink a bit. But I think it's okay. As long as the colors are kind of the same. But yeah, I do want to work on more like clouds and things and book idea covers and stuff like that because you gotta have some kind of path you're going towards. And I just love mechanical like drawings of flowers and things and landscapes. Now I'm doing the trees, which I do them kind of thickly. I wish they were kind of I wish I do change my brush, but if you're trying to do something like this, like I've done, you might want to keep the thicker brushes at the bottom and then move up with the smaller ones. Because I'm trying to do everything with one brush and it works and it doesn't. So there's your tip for you. I think they come out pretty good though. I'm biased because I'm the artist, but so earlier I was talking about different references that you can use for inspiration. like going out and getting your own, and how I struggle with that because in Texas, my heart is always in the mountains and things. But something you can do, which I've done before, is you can actually choose and pick different photos you find online and actually merge them together to make your own kind of painting or your own kind of photo reference. I recommend using photos on the free copyrighted ones. So like we got Splash. There's like Pixabay, Flickr, or Flick. I'm a Niall Horan fan, y'all. So that's why I said Flickr. Um, if you know, you know. If you don't, sorry. Um, and there's different free copyright websites you can use. The only thing with those is I wouldn't flat out recreate a photo you find from one of those and then sell it, because I think maybe piecing together different photos from those are okay. Because you can hear they're letting the kids out. I can hear the school bus. Sorry, I just got distracted. But anyways, you can use free copyrighted photos and then piece them together. That's what I recommend. Or even, I think you can even like pay to use photos sometimes too, which that might be okay too. But a lot of us don't really want to spend the money on that. When you could, use it elsewhere. And you can always just go out and get your own photo references too. Like I've gone to Lowe's before, and one of my most favorite paintings that I've done, I think it was like last year or something, and it was of a rose in the Lowe's parking lot. And it's one of my pride possessions. It's one of my favorite paintings I've ever done. And you can do that too. And there's also like flower gardens, botanical gardens you could go to. And, if you're a flower nerd, like myself, or you can go to museums. Even like the architecture outside, you could go out and do that too, which would be a lot of fun. And things like that. You can always get inspiration around the world. There's also Google Maps. When I said around the world, I remembered there's Google Maps too. And I just recommend practicing all that you can with anything. And if you're wanting to sell it, then make sure that the photos that you use are either ones you take or you piece together, so you're not stealing, someone's photo. But with these photos that I'm using, I have permission to use them. So that's okay too, as long as you have permission from the owner who took them. You can do that too. Now, I think I mentioned this, but I'm not sure. I'm just going to mention it now. The pencil that I'm using for the underlayer is an H pencil. I think I used either a 2H or a 6H. And I do use my kneaded eraser to get some of the graphite out. So you still see it, but it's not as dark. I did that off camera because when you do that, the table shakes and it's annoying. Now this certain piece I'm working on is one of my favorites because it has a lot more pieces to it. And it was more challenging, but I really loved it. I loved like the kind of like the smoky background and everything about it. I do want to practice more. I think I've mentioned this before, but I want to practice more on the details of trees and really see how much detail I can get on those trees because I feel like I could do it. I just need to do it, you know? Maybe I'll do a video on that, or maybe I'll practice and then do a video on that. Now, to get the smokiness, I'm using a paper towel, and I'm just dotting out some of the smoke there to see if I can get some kind of. I think I liked it better before I did that. I might go back in with the paper towel. Yeah, I do. Yep. So, but you do need to be careful with this kind of paper that I'm using, which is the 300 pound, because on the previous painting you saw that I had a little mistake and it kind of tore up the paper, or tore some of the paper, and I couldn't really get that color back out. So that was a little annoying. But you learn as you go, really. So, yeah, I think we're getting close to the end here, even though it doesn't look like it from this painting. But if you want to check out the full like photos of these paintings, it'll be on my Instagram, which is linked below. And I'm also selling the prints of these, so if you check out my shop down below as well. And if you have any questions or if you need help with any of the paintings you're working on, you can always email me or leave a comment down below. I might do a Patreon kind of thing in the future, maybe next year, if y'all want some help with paintings you're working on or something like that. If you like that idea, let me know down below. And yeah, I hope y'all have a great holiday. I don't know what is next week? Well, I have a video coming out next week. I might. Yeah, I should. I should have a video coming out next week. Because Christmas is not until the week after next. So. Which is crazy, y'all. So crazy. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you feel inspired to paint or draw or do some kind of creative thing that makes you happy. And if you listen very quietly, I think you can hear the rain because it's raining right now. Maybe not. I love the rain, y'all. I was raised in the wrong hemisphere. I was born in the mountains, y'all. I really was. I was born in the mountains, but I was raised in the sand. Not in the sand. No, we don't have sand. We have dirt. I was raised in the dirt. Anyways, thank y'all for watching, and if you enjoyed, please let me know. And if you have any suggestions or anything that you would like to let me know of, you can leave that in the comment section below. And yeah, I hope y'all have just a great rest of your year and you just feel inspired to either work on stuff or take appreciation of other artists around you. That's always important too. I'll see ya. Bye.